In order to bring Paul Bunyan back to East Lansing, Michigan State knows it is going to have to score against a very stingy Michigan defense who has given up just 5 touchdowns all year long. And for redshirt senior center Nick Samac, he is hoping to end his career with more wins than losses against the Wolverines. Our Haley Schoengart sat down with him this week and has more on why that is just one of a few goals he has for himself.
When I say Michigan, Michigan State, you say?
Rivalry. I don't like them, they don't like us. It's kind of just what it is.
You've been fortunate enough to play in 4. This is going to be your 5th year. How do you begin to describe what new people or transfers are going to walk into when they go into that game?
Yeah, we try to establish that pretty early in the week, just let them know. And obviously coaches that have been here, Coach Barnett, he's been through it. They show us videos throughout the week exactly kind of showing us what it's all about. And they can just kind of tell by the intensity of the guys that have been through it. You know, they understand it's a different type of week. There's a different type of intensity going around. So I would just say, you know, kind of just preaching every single day what this is really all about.
Well, as far as playing center, when did you start that position? Have you always played center, or did you have dreams of maybe one day being a wide receiver or a running back as well?
I was a running back back in the day. Back when I was like 10 years old, yeah, I was running back. Brought home a championship for our team with the game-winning touchdown. But, you know, that was a dream of mine for sure, but then I got to 7th grade, started playing O-line, and I didn't play center until I got to college. So I played guard and tackle all throughout high school, and then I got here and transitioned to center.
When did you realize you were too big to be a running back?
Probably my last year of like, I would say like Pee Wee football days. We didn't call it that where I live, but my dad was my coach and kind of pulled me aside and said, we got to change your number and position, you're too big. So that kind of broke the news to me, and then I changed to O-line that next year.
Why the transition from just O-line to center when you came to college?
Probably more of a coach question. I just kind of got in where I fit in and, you know, kind of ran with it. And then ever since, I think I've definitely found my calling as center. I love playing center, but, you know, I like to be interchangeable too. I play guard as well, so.
What is it about center that really just gets you going?
Yeah, I would say the biggest thing is, like, when I play some guard, after playing center for so long, you realize, like, you have a lot of control of the calls and the offense. So when you don't have that control, it just feels a little weird. I feel a little out of place when I'm not making the calls initially, and I'll still find myself trying to make the calls, and I gotta calm down. You gotta let other dudes do it. But I just love the control factor. You know, I like getting my guys on the same page, and I got great dudes next to me, to the left and right. You know, whether it's JD, Gino, or Wig, you know, those guys, you know, are great communicators. I just love having that initial, you know, take control of the offense.
Well, and being roommates with JD, one of those guys next to you, how does that dynamic of living together and being together all the time play out on the field?
Yeah, well, actually, this is the first year we don't live together. We were roommates all throughout our college career, came in together, walked into the same small dorm room together and said, how are we going to do this? We're both 300 pounds, and this is probably like, you know, the smallest room I've ever been in my life to call home for the next year or whatever. But it definitely helps. Me and JD have gotten so close. That's one of my best friends. So, you know, having that camaraderie outside of football definitely helps.
Well, and off the field, you're on TikTok.
Yeah, I am. You guys found it?
I can't count the times, almost every time I mind, I did.
A lot of your TikTok videos are music videos.
Yeah.
How did you first get into music and singing and playing the guitar?
I've been singing my whole entire life. I actually took the lead in 2 musicals when I was in middle school, so I did that. My dad was always a singer, and he kind of showed me that, and he was in a band for a few years, and like throughout my time, even before I was born, I think. So I was just always been a singer. And then when I was like going into my junior year, my center from high school actually played guitar, and he's into music. Shoney is his name, you know, shout out. He releases music. I have a couple songs with him on iTunes, and he taught me how to play guitar, like the first couple chords, and I just kind of ran away with it, and I love it. That's my dream. My overall dream, I would love to play music one day on tour or do something cool like that.
Okay, so no NFL?
No, absolutely NFL. That's gonna be like, you know, post NFL, or even, you know, if I can make some music during too. NFL is my main goal right now. And
how does that dynamic play out? Going home, playing your guitar and singing, and then going to the practice facility and strapping the pads on and hitting some people? Well,
it's kind of a good balance. So you can't be angry all the time. You know, I saw a video of Tom Brady talking about, you know, he's angry, he has to get into a state of mind, he doesn't like his opponents, and I got to be the same exact way. But, you know, off the field, I like to be like a kind person and, you know, just be myself. So I think it's a good balance. I think I get frustrated when I'm trying to sing, though. My voice is gone after a big game. I can't do it. But other than that, you know, I think it's a good balance, and I really enjoy it. It's a passion of mine.
Despite Michigan being undefeated and Michigan State being winless in conference play, the Spartans said this week they don't care about the records, and they know a win against their rival can make the entire season. It should be a fun one at Spartan Stadium tonight. Kickoff is set for 7:30 on NBC. As always, we thank you for tuning in, and have a great week.
This segment is sponsored by Spartan Dogs for Life.